Are we waiting for someone or everyone joined? Okay. So I'll just share my screen. Are you guys like practicing yesterday's class? Like, did you get like time to practice or how? So can you guys take out your names?
Rekha, your voice is really breaking.
Okay, let me connect to the other
I'm barely able
network.
to hear you.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just connect to the other network. Give me 2 minutes of time, all right? Yeah, I'll connect.
Yeah, same for me.
You might be having a low bandwidth connection.
So yeah, is it audible now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. I cannot see any conversation. Okay. So I'll just share my screen. Are you guys able to see the screen? Hello?
Yeah, it's visible.
Just take out your names, please, first.
Ajay.
Yeah, we have Preeti also on call, right? I saw just now. Do we have Kajal? Vipul? Ajay?
Present.
Yes, Soumya?
Yes.
Anmol?
Yes.
Suman? And
Yes.
Kishore, he has informed. Satyam is not there. Let me dispatch. Kajal is not there on the call. Okay, just we'll continue. So yesterday we saw the window handles, right? That concept, right? And I have shared the link of the class as well as like the code also. I have changed like 1 or 2 line code change to make it more easier. You just you can go through. And one more thing, I'm sharing the video. Just don't think like you have a video you can do after some few days or later part. Okay, whenever you get time here and there, just catch it up and just practice. Only the thing you can help you is like practicing. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so next thing we are going to see, we came till here, right? We came here, we came to the new window, then we could see here. Okay, we found the window handle, we switched to the child window, right? Next thing we are saying is calendar pop-up. How to deal with the calendar pop-up. This is my calendar field, right? Departure date. Either I have to select or I need to give here some date. So how can I give? Either I can like select like date 17th, right? Or just think, okay, I switch to 16. Either I can just give this date by typing, or I can make it to 18 like this. Okay, by typing. So how can I do? Just to think first manually, okay? Before automating, think like manually how you can do. First, I'll have to come to this page, find this field, right? Find this element. Then if I have to type it, I can do by doing send keys, right? Or the second thing, how can I do? I'll have to come to this field again, find this element, and once I click here, this will get highlighted, right? It is getting, see, if I'm clicking here, it is getting, think that I don't have anything. Just if I click here, it is getting highlighted. See, it is getting highlighted. So I want to select 23rd. So my thing, manual test case says that I should come here, click here, then I should select some date. Okay, understood, right? So just this is a theoretical part, like just note it down. Calendar pop-up allows like generally two kind of calendar fields. One will allow you to type a date, other one will like select a date from the pop-up. Typing date can do like find the element and do send case. Then if it is like selecting the date, make the calendar visible. Just see if you just mouse over or if you click, see manually how it is getting highlighted the calendar. Then select the X path of that date and just do click on it. Just make a note of it till here, okay? Here to here, make a note of it. Is it done? Done?
Yeah.
Okay. So just we'll see. Okay, now we have here, right? We have here section expired. That's okay. So this is my departure field, right? First I'll see, okay, by send kiss, how I do. So just I clicked on the departure field. Here I have input type. I can take, okay, Bipul, can you just tell me what should I take here?
XPath.
Okay, either I can take ID also,
ID.
right?
Yes,
ID
by
also I
ID.
can take. One more interview questions. They'll ask like which is the element locator is the fastest one. They'll tell, okay, we have ID,
ID1.
MX,
ID1.
right? ID is the fastest one, okay? This,
ID, name, then class.
okay. Okay, till here we did yesterday, right? We reached the page, everyone knows. Next, calendar pop-up. Right, so first one, I'm just finding the element, entering the text, okay? So driver dot find element by dot xpath. I'll just, sorry, not, I just pass in the ID, right? I just pass the ID and I'm passing the ID value. Okay, I'm just, what I do, I'll just do send keys, right? Because I want to enter the date, right? So how can I do? I want to select 16th now. Just think I want to select 16th. I'll just copy the 16th date and just enter here. Okay. So this is done. So then after I do that, like I'll wait for some static wait I'll give thread dot sleep. Some 10 seconds I'll wait for. Okay. 10 seconds I'll wait for. Then after waiting for 10 seconds, what will I do? I'll just come to this element and I'll select 11th. Okay, so go to 11th thread, just do inspect. Here, Anmol, can you help me out taking XPath for this? Anmol? Kajal, can you help me out like taking XPath?
Yeah. Double slash
Huh?
A.
Huh?
1 second. Double slash A. Contains
Okay.
text
Okay.
to
Uh-huh.
that value. Which
Okay,
is
so
there.
we'll try, okay? What Kajal said, just we'll try that. See, double star tag was A, right? She said contains text, right, Kajal? Text equal to some value was there. We are taking that value. Okay, one match found. 11th it is getting highlighted, right? Good. So I'll tell, wait for 10 seconds. Then just a second, I'll keep it here. So before doing this, just a second. Because I want this element again and again, right? So I'll store it as a web element so that I can use it again. Web element, calendar field. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm doing send keys to that element first. Then second time what I'll do, same field, I'll just send, select this. Once it is done, okay. Then driver dot, I'll just do send keys, then I'll wait for 10 seconds, then I'll select the other date. Okay. So driver dot find element by dot XPath, and I'll pass my XPath. This is my XPath, right? I'll just pass it here. For 11th date, we took the XPath, right? That one. I'll just close this and but I need to click on that, right? If I click, that will get selected. If I click on 11th only, it will get selected, right? If I click on 11th, then the date got selected here, right? So I'll be clicking on that. That was my test case. Now we'll see, okay, is it working or not, or are we failing somewhere? Just we'll check it out. Actually, I have a network issue today. Just let's see if it works. Okay. Actually, there is a network issue, so it is taking time. Okay, now it is clicking on the Spice shuttle. Okay. After like seeing one or two pop-ups, we'll go for interview questions today, okay? For so far, like whatever we studied, we'll see like what are the expected questions. If you go through like the questions which I give, no, like 90% you get from those only. Network issue hai yaar.
No, it's not a network issue. Actually, this is a site problem. I tried many times. So
No, actually, then
And
I'm
the count,
changing
yeah,
the
really.
problem.
In the count of 10, I mean, almost for 8 to 9 times, it took that much of time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a
See,
network issue.
now we gave 16, right? Send keys. It is taking. It is waiting for 10 seconds. We have given. Now we'll see. See, selected 11th. Is it clear? Like how the calendar pop-up works? Same thing only what you guys are seeing here, no? Same thing you will get in the real-time project in office when you do. Same thing you will get in the interview. Okay, this is the basic basement we can call the Selenium. Later we have frameworks, no? And I'll start like maybe from this weekend or from next weekend, I'll tell how to create real-time project, what should be the project like structure. And I'll start with the framework also. One or two framework I'll be starting with. Okay. Okay, is it clear so far?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
But if we want the 11th of some other month, then what will be the case?
You have here, right? Just click on this once or twice here. See, automation is nothing, but you can't expect anything apart from automation. Okay, like see manually how you're doing. Same thing you're supposed to automate.
Okay, all right, I got
Okay.
that. So we have to give the event to click on that
Yeah.
right shift. Okay.
Yeah. What we are doing manually, same thing you should tell the automation, like do my driver, do this thing, that thing, and all. That's all. Okay. Okay. This is done. Now, next thing, as I told you people yesterday, we have here this thing, right? I button. If I like see here, adult 12 plus years old, that is of travel. Here it's giving. Next, children aged 2 to 12 aged old on the date of travel. Here it is giving. So what are these are called? These are called tooltip pop-ups. Okay, first we saw like window handles, that right? New tab, new window pop-up. Second one like calendar pop-up. Third one is tooltip pop-up. Now we'll see what is tooltip pop-up. So tooltip pop-up generally by using an attribute, title attribute. Okay, or you will have it is in the div tag between we have a anchor tag, input tag, all those tags, right? Span tag and select tag. We have all the tags, right? In HTML. Like when we inspect, so these are the tags, right? This here is a select is a tag. Here it is a div is a tag. These are called HTML tags, right? So when tooltip you can get it from either from the you'll have a here tag called title. Okay, not here exactly the attribute value inside the HTML tag. Attribute value will have a text kind of title and value is text. Here you will have title kind of. Okay, and either you will have a title attribute or you will have a pop-up in the HTML division. That is nothing but div. Just you will have a div start, div end. Okay, the thing will be there in the div tag in the HTML division. That is called tooltip pop-up. Okay, so we'll see the first scenario. Like as we see here, we will just inspect this. Okay, this is my tooltip pop-up, I know. So here I can see here, right? Data original title. It is nothing but title only, right? I'm getting here. Am I clear? Is it? So how do I do? I need to get this attribute, right? I need this attribute and this is attribute value. Here it is a data toggle is attribute and tooltip is an attribute value, right? So, but how do I get the attribute value? In Selenium, we have one method called get attribute. Okay, that will get the whichever the tag you provide, right? That value it will get. Now we'll see how we can do. Now see first manually how you can do, how you're getting this. Just if I click on this, or if I mouse over on this, I'm getting it, right? So I'll just click on this. So if I click on this, then I'll inspect. Then I'll say it is I tag. Okay. Who else we have on the call? Ajay, can you help me out with taking the XPath for this?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Let me first find out what is the unique thing. Okay, all right. Double slash.
We'll see this only, okay? Now, in this case, we'll take this
Title.
because we are looking for this value, all right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can take any element, that is not an issue. You can take whichever wish you like. You can take this also. Just we should see, it should be unique.
Okay. Yeah.
One match
That is
found should be
that is
coming.
what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. Double
Yeah.
slash double slash
Mhm.
star at the rate
Uh-huh.
star or anything.
Okay. Okay. So which is you're planning to take so that I can copy? Tell me.
Let's try data toggle.
Uh,
Pretty
Toggle.
or possibly if having data original title. Let's try this one only. Data
Okay.
or
Do one thing. So I at
yeah
the rate
at the rate that toggle name. What was that?
toggle tooltip, right?
Let's find out if it is a unique one.
Okay, it is two match
No,
found.
there are two.
Two match found, right? So either
so
I
let's-
can take this, but this is not preferable. But sometime if interviewer asks no, you have everything is same in both the elements. Okay, you can see the unique, or you have one more thing. You can just
provide index. Yeah.
So you can do this, and you
And
can tell it was
let's
my
try if
first
it is
one.
first one. Yeah.
But you're not supposed to do this. This we'll call it as a static.
Mhm.
Okay, think that you're taking some second one or third one. Tomorrow, like something they'll change the DOM structure, it will not work. Okay, but as of now, we can take this, or we can take the
Simple
this.
data original title. Yeah.
Yeah, we can take this. Anything you can take.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we'll see here. After doing this, driver dot find element by dot XPath. Right, I found the XPath. After finding, what I'll do, get attribute. I'm asking the I'm telling the get attribute is nothing but you're asking you need to give some attribute and you're asking for the attribute value. Okay, so which one I need the attribute value? Just a second. I need the attribute value for this. Clear? I'm passing the attribute. I'm telling my driver to get the attribute value because I know. Because my test case says, they have given the test case says that when you mouse over or click on this I button, check, validate that adult 12 plus years is reflecting or not. Because some case, okay, you're clicking on I, you're clicking on I. What if it is like in both the places it is showing adult, right? We need to do validation, right? Testing is nothing but validation and verification, right? So my test case says that. So I'm clicking on that. I need to get I know that value is in the attribute data original title. I'm telling my driver to get this attribute value. So I've told. Now, what get attribute value will return? What will return?
String.
What get text method will return?
String.
Yeah, all will return. This also will see if you have mouse over, you can see here. It is returning string, right? It is, so I'll store it here. String, the tooltip value. Okay, we'll just print this. phrthread.sleep and give some 2 seconds. Then zero. The tooltip value is tooltip value. Now we'll see, okay? Is it reflecting? It is displaying or not? Hopefully it works. I don't know whether the site issue or my network issue, not sure. Tomorrow you guys are like in weekend, right? Practice, okay? Like from like on Sunday or by from next coming week, we'll start with project structure. That time, if you're getting stuck in the basic of like what, if I ask you like what driver.find elements it returns, you should be able to tell. Like it returns list of web element. If I ask you like what get text will return a string, what frame will take as an input, you people should be able to tell in a state that like it should be in tip of tongue. In that way, you need to practice. Did anyone see manual testing questions? Did anyone get a chance to see? So see the tooltip value. Tooltip value I'm getting is adult 12 years old. Is it clear?
Yep.
Yeah. So but the other division one, we don't use like on like regular basis. So if it, they'll not ask that thing particularly in the interview also, if you know this much theoretical, that's more than sufficient. This thing I just gave, like in future, if you get to work, that time you should have some idea, right? So I give. So next thing is Java alert confirmation and prompt, right? So what is Java alert and confirmation and prompt? So I'll just show you what it is. I'll just give an idea. Then we'll go with the interview questions. Practice and all, we'll take it tomorrow. See, if I here enter 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And if I submit, you're getting some pop-up, right? Do you really want to delete this customer? Okay or else. See, this is not your what web driver till where it can reach on the browser, right? It cannot reach to the pop-up. This is the extra pop-up you're getting. It is not a part of DOM structure. Neither the code is there in the DOM, because see, if you do right click, nothing happens. You cannot inspect also, cannot find that element. So how do I deal with this? Either I have here 3 things. I have okay, cancel, and I have some text, right? How do I do? So this is kind of alert, right? Alert box. So how do I deal with it? In
Alert.
order to, yeah, tell me, Jay.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, there was some voice. I thought you would. Yeah.
I have
So-
checked in YouTube that we have to use select one. Keyword is there to handle this type of property, alert one.
I don't think so any select will work here, because this is not part of DOM structure when you are going to alert. These are some JavaScript things which are not a part of a DOM structure, where you cannot even do the right click. They'll ask you different types of alert. Have you got any chance to deal with alerts, or did you automate any? They'll ask you. Okay. So I'll tell you how to. So just make a note of it. You'll understand as I'll keep explaining also. Alert has only one button. Okay. It is okay. You can see here, right? It is okay. It is a alert. So how do I click on that? So confirmation has okay or cancel, 2 buttons. Make a note of it. So JavaScript alert or confirmation cannot be handled by driver.findElement. It does not have any HTML structure. Just make a note of it. JavaScript alert is generated from alert of JavaScript. You guys are noting down, right? Don't tell me you're taking screenshot and keeping it, okay? That will not help. Is anyone is doing that? We'll have one video session, okay? We'll check this. Because if you, before going to interview, like at least for starting 5 interviews, if you don't study, you'll be like, okay, blah, blah, blah. That's all. Interview came, interview went, it will be like that. So at least it is new to you people. So once, twice, thrice, 4 times, if you just read once before the interview or before a day, you'll not forget throughout. So just make a note of it, okay? Whatever I say, it is like, which is like very important, that only I'll ask you to make a note of it. That notes will help you throughout your like testing journey, I'll tell you. When you go to real time also, that time also it may help. Few things will really help. You guys are noting down, right?
Yes.
Yeah, please note it down. Confirmation pop-up is generated from confirm method of JavaScript. It has 2 buttons, OK or cancel, based on the input executes action. So if you want to get into that pop-up, right, how do? You have one called driver.switch2.alert. Okay. So alert you can like I showed you the text, right? You have a text here. You can get the text. Either you can click on this OK or cancel. How you can do? You can get the text by just switch to alert, then get text you can use. Then you can click on cancel, switch to alert, then create an alert object, then alt.dismiss. If you do, it will get dismissed, means cancel. If you want to click on OK, then you have created alert object, right? Dot accept. Only 3 things. This is very important. And you can, like, out of 10 interviews, you can expect in 6 to 7. Done? Done?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see this like tomorrow, okay? Today we'll go through some like interview questions. So syllabus, just if you get a time, like once, if you get a time, I'll send you in a chat. write in your notebook and keep, okay? Just let me know whichever I have covered. And this, if you know this much, no, you just think that you know like 95% of Selenium basics. This is the base for all framework and project structure, okay? We'll see which all we covered, which all not covered. You guys can let me know if I've left something. Few things are left again, like select wala and those things and all. We'll take it in the coming sessions. So yeah, now today we'll take up the interview questions. Okay. So what is automation testing? What is automation testing? Automation testing is a process of testing the software using an, you guys are able to see, or it is small?
Yeah, it's visible. It's fine.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. Automation testing is a process of testing software using an automation tool to find the defect. So if you're automating something, no, if it is just you're clicking on this, you're clicking on that, will not work. If your test case says, okay, come to this page and validate, click, if you're able to click on round trip, that will not help you. You should do some validations, okay? After
Rika,
coming in,
before we before we go to the interview question of automation,
Mhm.
I mean, I really don't have any idea how the manual test cases are going on. So a little idea on the manual one, how they actually do. So that would be the better to get the things very clearly.
that's only I gave you the manual questions, okay?
Yeah.
So go through that. If you get some idea, that's fine. Else I can like arrange some manual tester, or I can only give. And I have a person who is working in manual testing since 4 years plus. I can arrange that person. Okay. As of now, I request you all to like, I have whichever the document I have given. If you cannot read the theory, that's completely fine. You have last 100 questions you have. Okay. Just read once.
Okay.
Agile methodology, what is
Mhm.
validation verification, what is regression testing, what is sanity testing, like how you're supposed to do. Everything there in that booklet, whichever I provided. I've provided to all of you. I think you would have received.
Yeah, I
Okay,
received that.
go through that. By next week, still if you feel like you need some help, I'm here to help you people. We'll arrange a session for that as well. Okay. After like knowing manual testing, I'll tell you the how that automation test steps will be there from my current project itself, which I'm working in Dell. From that only, I'll help you on that. But before knowing that, you should know a few manual steps. You can get to know those by going through that document. Don't like stress yourself to read that. Once you read that, no, like whichever you feel important, uh, uh, you if you keep reading once, you will have a better idea. Okay, this is important, this is not important, and all. Is it okay?
Yep.
Okay, so whatever we have learned so far, we'll go to that. So automation, not only automation, testing is nothing but it is like we are here to break the things. Okay, developer anyways, they'll just develop and give. We should see. If just think, you like our developer has created something that is like entering user ID and password and clicking on login button, it is reaching to the home page, right? So we are supposed to validate. It has come to you. How you'll validate? You will enter the user ID password, correct, incorrect wala, blank field, right? Like length of the password, how much it is taking. If you provide only numbers, what if you provide this? You will check in all possible ways, right? To find a defect, right? So that is nothing but testing. Same thing, what you automate, it is automation testing. Also in automation, we have validations, right? We are reaching to the home page. We are checking, okay, did I reach to the home page properly or not? I'm getting the URL, current URL, or I'm getting some text in that way. Okay. In this process, executing the text scripts and generating the results are performed automatically by automation tool. Okay. And most popular tools are, as I told you people, it is UFT or a Selenium WebDriver. So what is the major difference between the Q2P or UFT and the Selenium WebDriver? Some interviewer they may ask you. So what would be your answer? The major difference is Selenium does not support desktop applications, but QTP or UFT it supports. Okay. But again here lagging of QTP is it is paid and it is licensed version. Selenium it is free. So again people will switch here to Selenium. Is it like understood? If you have any
Yes.
doubt, just you can switch in. Okay. Now, what are the benefits of again like people then ask in interview? Why do you need automation testing? It can save money and time. Okay. It is faster in execution, reusability of code, easy reporting. Again, we have reporting things which you'll see in the future, like in the frameworks. Low cost of maintenance, because automation scripts, once you are writing, once all are written, then execution 1 or 2% can do, right? They can see the reports and do, right? When you're doing manual, you need some 8 to 10 people when there is a production. That is high cost, right? Then more reliable, then more powerful they are. And regression testing, it is mostly used in the regression testing. So I'll just give a one word answer. What is regression testing? Think that today your developer, he has developed like login feature. He has given it to you. In home page, there are some 10 tabs that developing slowly by using agile methodology. Okay, slowly, because agile sprint wise they'll develop, right? Sprint is nothing but in real time when you're working in a company, you'll have a sprint of 15 days or 1 month, but majorly they'll have 15-day sprint, that is nothing but 10 working days. Okay, so in that case, how do you do is your developer, they'll keep developing, and in each sprint they'll give it to you. One feature they'll give it to you. What you'll do, you'll test that. If it is working fine or not, you'll see. Then you'll automate that and keep it in your suite, right? And next time again, next sprint, your developer will come, he'll develop something and he'll give it to you. All right. Then he'll tell, okay, test this thing also. Again, what you'll do, you'll test, you'll include, and you'll include it in the suite. But sometime there might be a case due to the new feature, the existing feature should not fail, right? That is nothing but regression. So after including this new feature, I'm executing all together just to check the old feature should not break. Okay, that is called regression testing. Understood, right? This is very important question because mostly we'll be using automation on regression side only. Huh? That is the main reason. So we are done with this. So one more question, the famous question they'll ask you in interview, like how many test cases you have automated per day? So there might be a scenario where I would have automated only one test case in a sprint. There might be only half, there might be 2 test cases. It depends on the complexity. Okay, so there were case in my own experience where I took one test case to automate 1 month. Okay, it depends on the complexity and the length of a test case and all. So you should tell. Okay, it was like always depending on the complexity. Sometime like I automated like 1 test case in a sprint. Sometime it was 2. Sometime like yeah, there was a scenario where I automated like 3 or half. It was always dependent on the scenario. Okay, I'll just don't note it down. I'll give you this document. Just listen what is what. Okay, because these things are like solutions, no, you will not get. So who the person who has worked in real time, only they can answer you on this. Okay, we are done, right? So how many test cases you have automated per day? I did automate 2 to 5 scenarios, or maybe just 1 or fewer. It depends on the complexity is high. So next, what is framework? Right? We have some framework, no? Like as I told you, TestNG and Cucumber, which we'll be learning going forward. What are those? Like framework is nothing but they have some systematic way of like achieve to desired the result. Means they have few steps. If you do this, you'll get this only. Those are called frameworks. They have like their set of rules, set of structure, planning, everything is there. That is called framework. So here we'll be focusing on data-driven testing framework and hybrid testing framework. Keyboard-driven, like 99% it is not followed in the market. And don't tell to the interviewer also, like it is there. Okay. Data-driven testing framework and hybrid testing. You can tell these 2 names because we'll be learning this in future. Okay, and they'll ask you, once you are have the experience of 5, if you tell like if you have worked like 5+ years of you have given like 5+ years in testing, they'll ask you, have you created any framework? Okay, but if you till 3 years or 3.5, they'll not ask you like, have you worked in framework? If they tell, if you're a beginner or like till 3 years, you can tell, okay, I did not get any chance to work in framework anytime, but yeah, I was like, as a tester, we had the framework was already developed. I used to get involved in creating the test cases by using that existing framework. Okay, this much you're supposed to tell. Just don't tell like, no, I didn't create any framework. Don't tell, I didn't get a chance to create a framework. Okay, but I have used the existing framework in order to write my test cases. Okay, now they'll ask like, why Selenium? Why you prefer Selenium? It is open source, right? And it has large user base helping community. Like if you post anywhere the Selenium thing, no, you have many communities in LinkedIn, Facebook, like in YouTube, everywhere you have open source. Like if you post your question, no, you'll get like many answers, those things. Cross browser means like it supports the multiple browser. Platform compatibility, like as we can see, like it supports Linux, Mac, or like Windows, all that. Multiple programming supports, it supports Java, C#, all that, right? Now next, what is Selenium? If they ask, Selenium is an open source automated testing suite to test the web applications. Okay, and just go through the theory, so much is enough actually. Just you should know what is one liner, what is Selenium. And as I told you previously, Selenium ID we have, RC we have, WebDriver. We are working on Selenium WebDriver, okay? And after this we have Selenium Grid, but we are mainly focusing on Selenium WebDriver. So what was Selenium IDE? Selenium IDE was the one, it was supporting only Firefox, okay, like some record and playback tool. If they ask you, have you worked in Selenium IDE, because it is deprecated, it is no more used in the market. But if they ask you, like, you should tell, no, I did not get a chance to work with IDE, but I'm pretty comfortable with Selenium WebDriver, and you should get them to your place, okay? What is Selenium? That was the language that was used in Selenium IDE. That is all. This question also deprecated, they'll not ask you. Which was the only browser that supports the Selenium IDE? They may ask you. You can tell Firefox, Chrome and all that was not supported in the IDE, first version of Selenium. Okay. Next, what is Selenium RC? This also you can go to this, just a theoretical, because I don't want to waste time here. This was also like, it was not for browser and all, but you can go through, but it is not really important. They'll not ask you. Now they'll ask you, what is Selenium WebDriver? Selenium WebDriver is a browser automation framework that accepts the command and sends them to the browser. It is implemented to the browser specific drivers, and it controls the browser by directly communicating with it. All right. Selenium WebDriver supports Java, C#, PHP, Python, Perl, and Ruby. Okay, same things only again. What is Selenium? Mainly the thing is, Selenium WebDriver we are using for browser like automation. Okay, this is important. This you should know, this one word. Next, they'll ask you, what are the different types of WebDriver APIs available in the Selenium? We have Firefox driver, Gecko driver, Internet Explorer driver, Chrome driver, HTML unit driver, Opera driver, Safari driver, Android driver, iPhone driver. But here mainly we are focusing on Chrome driver, right? We are using Chrome driver. HTML unit driver is nothing but a headless driver, I feel, where it will not just launch, it will be like faster, I think. Okay. They'll not ask you, but you should know which is the WebDriver API is available in Selenium. You should be able to tell. This is very like out of 100, 1 or 2% may ask. Which WebDriver implementations claims to be a fastest? So as I told you, fastest WebDriver is HTML unit driver. Okay. They'll ask you, what are the other WebDriver APIs are available in the Selenium? In that case, you should be able to tell. Okay, so they'll ask again, which is the fastest? is HTML unit driver, because it does not execute the test on browser, because we are doing right, launching the browser, giving the URL. It will not just, it will show you in the Eclipse console or your terminal console. It will not take you to the browser launching, and it will not do, because here launching only taking more time, right? So it is quite faster, because it will not launch only. It will do your work, but it will not launch. It will directly connect to the DOM. Okay. What programming languages supported by Selenium? Java, C#, Python, PHP, and Perl, and Ruby. Okay. What are the operating system supported by Selenium WebDriver? Windows, Linux, and Apple. That is Mac. What are the open source frameworks supported by Selenium WebDriver? It is JUnit, TestNG, Cucumber, and JBehave. So we'll be focusing on TestNG and Cucumber. Okay. JUnit is not required, I feel, in testing point of view, but it supports. JUnit is for developer, okay, when they are doing unit testing. If they are, once the coding is done, if they are seeing the code coverage or their code functionality, it is reaching the expectation or not, they are using. They'll be using the TestNG, that is TDD, Cucumber, it is BDD. It is test-driven development and behavior-driven development. Okay. Next question. What are the elements locators provide, like locators are available in Selenium? They should, without, like, once you close your eyes also, you should be able to tell. ID, name, XPath, class name, tag name, link test, partial link test, and CSS select. Okay. Just you should remember, like, all this. These are very important. Any interviewer will ask you this question. Now, because as if people saw, other than any other like locators, we're using XPath here, right? So they'll ask you, XPath, what is XPath? XPath is used to locate the elements, right? If you want to find any element, we are using XPath. To locate the element, we are using XPath. Using XPath, we could navigate to the element and attribute in the XML document to locate the web element, such as text box, button, checkbox, image, anything you can find by giving the XPath. Okay. Now, as I told you people in the first class, single slash, double slash, I told you, right? Now also we are using to find the XPath, double slash followed by the HTML tag only we are finding, right? They'll ask you, what is the difference between single slash and double slash? Single slash is used to create an XPath in the absolute. That is, XPath would have been created to start the selection from the document node to end. Means, if you're giving the XPath here, if you want to use a what if I say, see here in this thing, if you want to reach here from here, you need to give div, single slash div, single slash div. Each and every hierarchy you need to give. Then only you can reach here. Okay. Single slash will check it entire one node to other node. You need to give all the tags. That is single tag. But double slash, single slash is used to create an XPath with the absolute path. And XPath would be created to start selection from the document node to start node. Okay. So it is used for absolute XPath, right? And absolute XPath, we are not using anymore in test cases, right? Because it is not recommended, absolute XPath. If something changes the structure, everything is gone. You can't find that element, right? Your XPath only is gone. So we are using here relative XPath that is achieved by double slash. What is double slash? Double slash is used to create an XPath with relative path. It is not, it was absolute and it is relative. The XPath would be created to start the selection from anywhere within the document. When we give double slash followed by some tag, it will give all elements, right? Whichever that there in the DOM. So yeah, in that way. So this is double slash. What is difference between absolute and relative path? Now here you can see absolute path starts from the root node to the end node with the desired descendant element, means it will start in that order. It starts with the top HTML node and ends with the input node. Okay, it starts with the single forward slash. See, if you want to track any element, no, you need to give all from the beginning, from top to bottom, you need to give, okay, this, like this. Okay, that is your absolute path. What is your relative path? Relative path relative path starts with any node, okay, between the HTML post to current element node. Last node of the element. It starts with a single / as shown below. So if you give double slash HTML tag, it will find that element, like how many ever the elements are there in the entire HTML tag. You don't have to follow the hierarchical structure. Everyone understood so far? Okay, are we getting anything
Yeah.
apart from like what we studied? What we did, those questions only are there, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, next, what is this? Okay, what is now this assertions you can see in the framework, but just I'll give an idea what are soft assertion and hard assertion, okay? See, when you're declaring the soft assertion, you're giving some condition, okay? Check this condition, but if fails also give some message and continue to the next test case or next step, okay? That is a soft assertion. Hard assertion is nothing but you will tell, okay, check this condition. If it fails, just fail my test case. Don't move forward. Okay, that is your hard assertion. What are the different verification points available in the Selenium, right? So in Selenium WebDriver, there is no built-in feature for verification point. In total, it depends on our coding style. It depends on you, how you're wearing the verification, because just if you automate like clicking on this, clicking on that, that will not work, right? You need to check, okay, have you reached to the correct page? Have you reached to the correct title? Have you reached to the correct window or not? You need to check, right? So you can check by page title. We have, right? Get title. Get title, we have one method. We had text in the checkpoints, right? There were checkpoints. And we can check the text. As I told you in the class, we can check the text, find some text and do the get text of that and keep it in a string and just compare with the manual and expected and the actual value. Okay. And some just verify this. As we go to the framework, I'll just explain by next class how you can do the certain element checkpoint, that is like button, drop down, or a text box checkpoint. Like how can we do that? I'll tell you. These are the verifications we are supposed to do. Okay. Without verification, automation also is nothing, because if you just click it will just pass and go, right? We should do some verification and we should give some message also. That is more important. Okay, can we extend for 10 more minutes, or is anyone is like rushing? Can we just extend for 10 more minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how you will tell like how to launch a browser using Selenium WebDriver. So just ignore this because we are focusing. As you can see here, WebDriver driver, new Firefox driver, Internet Explorer driver. By seeing this, you can make out that this Selenium supports all the browser, right? But we are mainly focusing in Chrome driver. Also in interview, also 99% the last Chrome driver. Also in offices, also you will start with the Chrome driver only. Okay. So how do you launch means they'll tell WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver. So can anyone just tell me, instead of giving a driver here, can I give just D? Does it works?
Yeah, absolute.
Okay, anyone else want to give an input?
That simply we are
Yes.
just providing a name, nothing else.
That is just an object name
Yeah, that's
because
just
you're
object.
creating an object and making a name. This is an interface and this is a class. They'll ask you one more question. Was a WebDriver is an interface or a class? You should be able to answer this is an interface. And the Chrome driver, Firefox driver, Internet Explorer driver, these are your classes. So much basic idea you should have. Okay. Okay, then is okay. In the name of Firefox, here they'll ask our thing is Chrome. We'll ask Chrome driver, okay? Is an interface or class? This is a class. One more interview question which I faced recently, they'll ask you like, which is the super interface of WebDriver? Because WebDriver is the interface we said, right? Which is the super interface for this? This is search context. This is a super interface. Search context. Just keep in mind this thing. Okay. They'll ask you, can you explain the one-liner code for WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver? WebDriver is an interface. We are creating an object reference of a WebDriver instantiating an object of a Chrome driver class. You should tell. You should be able to tell, okay, WebDriver is my interface. Just Chrome driver is my class. I'm just creating an object reference for that. All that. Okay. Next is, what are the different type of exceptions? You people would have, when you are practicing, would have noticed many exceptions, right? When you would have struggled, okay, what is this exception and all? Like WebDriver exception we found when we were not giving the correct part, timeout exception when it was like some timeout or something. When there was no alert, still if you're trying to switch to alert, no alert present exception. No such window, if you're giving some wrong window and you're telling to switch, no such window. No such element exceptions, okay. You are trying to find element, but that find element is not seen, or in that case, no such element. Still reference, if it is not there in the DROM structure, in that case, just Google it out, okay, what are the exceptions, and I may also give this list. You just Google it out, and which scenario which you'll get, as you keep doing, you'll get to know. Also, just remember, because in interview, they'll ask you one question for sure. Tell me few exceptions which you came across. Just they want to check you, have you worked really or you have not worked? So if you name out some 5 to 6 exceptions, no, they'll not have any second thought. They'll think that, okay, this person has worked. Okay, then your like next question will be easier. They'll not twist the question and ask you, because first filtration they do is, seriously you have worked or not. So you should be able to answer this. Okay, what are the types of weights available in Selenium WebDriver? As I explained to people, it was implicit weight, explicit weight, and one more weight we have, fluent weight. You can go through this weight. This is not like used in the real time, because so far even I have not used, because you can handle the things with help of the explicit weight and implicit weight itself. So, but you should know, in the interview they'll ask you specifically what is fluent weight, though even they know that you're not using, even they are not using, but just to ask a question they'll ask you, but you should be able to answer. What is implicit weight? We all know, right? Certain weight we are giving and default weight is 0, right? Just go through this theoretically, because we know it. If you're declaring implicit weight, it is applicable for all the elements present in the web table, means like in the web page. Okay, explicit weight is nothing but like WebDriver weight is nothing but explicit weight. Okay, that is applicable for a specific element in the web page. Particular element, okay, your this submit button wala, it is taking more time, so explicitly for that element I'm giving more time. Okay, fluent weight is nothing but a weight. You're giving some frequency. Okay, I'm giving the frequency of 3 seconds. After like each 3 seconds it will keep checking. That is nothing but fluent weight. Just Google it out, the syntax, two-liner you have. They'll not ask you to write the code and all. Just theoretically, you should be able to answer like what if you give, how it works. Okay, they'll ask a fluent weight. You should know the frequency that works in order to like condition, specific condition and frequency to check the condition before throwing an element not visible exception. Okay. They'll ask you what are the different type of weights. Either they'll ask in that way. Either they'll ask what is explicit weight, or either what is fluent weight. Okay, this is 100% question. How to input the text in the text box using Selenium. How do we are giving the text in the Selenium? We are finding and we are doing the send keys, right? If I want to give some text to the box, how am I giving? I'm finding that, I'm doing the send keys, right? And I'm giving the value here. Like here I can give Rekha, text, or Selenium, any value, the data, whatever you want to do, you can pass. Okay, so next question is, just a second. So far it is clear, right? How you people are feeling, like you know or you don't know how?
Yeah, everything looks like that we have already gone through.
If you practice, no, trust me, 95% you'll get the same questions from Selenium. As we go on to the framework also, it will be easy, because main thing is creating project structure and framework and all that I'll help you on. Okay, rest of the things we have seen till 34, from 35 till every day we'll discuss few questions, okay? Does it make sound?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that's all for today. Just go through the stuffs like whatever you people have studied today. See, without practice, it will be really tough project structure, because I don't want you people to struggle in the project structure and all. Okay, when I'm explaining that, again, if you're struggling, it will be really tough. Okay.